So I have been growing my plants outside for 9 months now, and while it's worked, there's been a couple problems. Firstly, I have too many trays that I constantly have to water and worry about, and that gets really annoying. Secondly, the grass always overgrows my plants. Third, the polycarbonate panel overflows whenever it rains and it washes away my plants. And fourth, there is this big and annoying fence that goes around the plants to protect it from birds and rats and other visitors that we've had in our garden. So we need to change it because this is actually going to become a really big issue when I start making more plants. So we have to change it now. So the first thing that we had to do was actually try to figure out how to solve these issues. So I did some Googling and found out some things. For example, obviously a greenhouse would help us a lot if we had one, but they are very expensive. Another thing that would have helped is if we used something like a water pump and we had the water pumping into each tray, which is just way too overcomplicated and just not really worthwhile. But the one thing that has always stood out to me when I've started growing these plants is just making something called a flood table. Now what a flood table is a table that floods with water. It's very simple. So the next step after deciding that we are going to be building a flood table, something that I've always wanted to do, was that I actually had to firstly design it and then build it. And now I have absolutely no experience with building things. All I've ever done is build a really badly designed greenhouse that kind of started to fall apart, but it works enough. So this is going to be quite difficult for me. Yeah, let's see how it went. So pretty simple, right? You have your design, all you have to do is just go to the shops and get the wood and build the damn thing. But no guys, it's never that easy. Nothing is ever easy. What actually happened is that I had the design here. Maybe these 2 pages are the designs. So I designed a table and I went to the Home Depot to see if they had the wood. Went there, they didn't have the wood because what they say on the website is actually different to what they actually had. I was told that they sell them in different pre-cut measurements or something like that. So I thought, okay, I will go back home and I will look through all the different pre-cut measurements. And that's when I got these 2 designs. So went back to the Home Depot and I go, check the pre-cut measurements, and they don't have pre-cut measurements at all. So I had to then go home and redesign the table a 3rd time. But what I actually did for the 3rd design is that I went to the Home Depot and I went through every single aisle of wood that they had, and I made a note of every single piece of wood that they had, because that way I can make a design that is based off of what they actually have and not what they say they have. And after all of that, this is what we came up with. A table, which is what we wanted the entire time. But the thing is, because they didn't have pre-cut measurements, we had to get all of the wood pre-cut, according to what we wanted them to be cut at. And what that means is that there is room for error because you have to get the wood cut to a specific length. And if you mess up even one cut, if the person there maybe measures it off by a couple millimeters, the whole design gets screwed up. And I think that this actually happened to us. And I was so damn worried because I did not want to mess up this project at all. Okay guys, so as you can see, the car is full and there's straps, there's plywood on the roof there. And I just got back from the Home Depot with all of the wood, obviously. And it was so stressful because I do not want to make a mistake at all. And I think I screwed it up because I told them the wrong measurements. So we will see how it goes. I'm going to go into the back garden and I'm going to go lay it out and see if it all works. And as I said, I'm extremely stressed. I don't want to mess this up. It's a lot of money. But the plants need it. I've laid out all the wood, as you guys can see there. Everything seems like it fits, but we won't know until we screw everything in. But I don't have any of the tools available because Bunnings closed early. So that means when I have to go tomorrow and get everything I need before we can actually screw it all together and build this thing. So let's go get everything else. Okay guys, so let's check all of the stuff that we just got. Our drill, I thought it came with a little clip. Oh, it does. Okay, well, we'll do that later. So yeah, it just behaves like a normal drill. I would hope so. I want to make sure that this drill bit fits our screws. So let's just get one of these out. And let's check if it fits our screws. Yeah, and it fits. They do say what size you need at the back, and I did get the same size, but I just wanted to make sure. So I'm gonna build this table inside in different parts and then do it all outside afterwards, because it is really hot outside and it is really loud. So that's why it's inside, but let's get started. Problem. Check this here. You see how the board is overlapping this wood at the bottom? The bloody prawn didn't cut these things properly. I told him, I even have it here, to cut them 57.5 centimeters, and he cut them 58 exactly. So we have a problem here, and now I don't know how we're going to cut these, because I don't have a table saw, I don't have anything to cut these shorter, so I'm gonna have to Google and find out how we can cut this shorter with like a knife or something. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Okay, so I think we found a solution here. I found on Google that if you use like a craft knife that scar the plywood multiple times on both sides, eventually it just falls in half. So what we will do is that I'm gonna get the craft knife and we will try that with like a spare piece of wood down there, and we will see how it works. Like hopefully it will cut in half so we can just trim off those extra pieces, but let's try it. Check this out, I think it's gonna work. I cut it a little bit, and I hope if I do it a couple more times it'll work. Is that just a... Oh. So it works, guys. We'll be able to trim down those pieces, but it's going to take a long time, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, as you can tell, I just screwed in this bottom frame, which will eventually become another table just like the top. And now what I have to do is I have to turn the table and put it upright, and it's going to be very difficult because I'm all alone and I don't know how I'm going to do it. So let's just see how it goes. I don't think it's that bad. So it's been now 1 week since we started this video. We just have to slot in this last piece. If this piece fits inside of here, that means that we did everything right, and if it doesn't fit, then I don't know what we're gonna do. So let's see if it fits, guys. It fits. I'm so glad that this worked. Now we need to go take it outside. We have to move all of our plants. We need to put the pavers down and get everything level, so let's go do that. I can't explain how satisfying that was, because that grass has been annoying me for ages, and it's all in there. Finally, guys. Okay, now that the table is finished and we have leveled out the bricks with some dirt, we need to actually get this very big and heavy table outside. So this is going to be very, very funny to watch, and I think we might break something. I hope not, but let's see how we go. And this is it, guys. Our table is finished. Obviously, it doesn't have a roof. It doesn't have protection from birds, but that's fine. But I don't think it will be that long until I do that. I've been waiting to do this for literally years. Let's fill it up with water and start moving the plants. So here we go, guys. Here's our table. I've had the table now for I think 2 weeks or something like that. I'm not tracking time because everything is so busy at the moment, but as you can see, the plants have been rearranged and this table is actually working really, really well. All the plants obviously get watered at the exact same time. You can see the water level here. It's so much easier just to water them, to look after them. The table is obviously as level as it can be, and all the plants are going to be very happy, and this table will be very full, so it's very, very good. And as I said, this is like a dream come true for me. This is something I've always wanted for like 5 years, ever since I really started to get back into these plants. And yeah, I'm really glad to have it, but you guys might be able to tell it's a little bit of an overcast day, so we might have to think of something to do with the rain and protecting them from birds all over again, and hail, and you know, extreme heat and stuff. So yeah, we'll have to see what to do, but not in this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do you see this? That line in the grass? That's a snake trail, and that's a pretty big snake. It's about 4 inches thick in the grass, so yeah, that's a problem. You see that tail? What do you say it is?
A blue-tongued lizard.
Blue-tongued lizard.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
So that's probably what's made the tracks.
Yeah. My uncle catches snakes back in South Africa, and he was like, that's either a big snake or, yeah, or a lizard.
I'm glad it's not a snake.